Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Okay, so how much do we owe you for this beautiful day?
It's been nice.
I mean, really.
I'm glad you finally asked. I'm kidding. It was really, really pretty. This Tuesday turned out great, and we definitely know that the warming trend is going to continue as we roll into the midweek. Gorgeous sunset. You know, we got some really great pictures tonight. Love this one. Thank you, Dawn. Watching from Sandy, you noticed the cloud cover, and that was something we did see today. A little ripple came through and allowed for some moisture. It was up towards Cache Valley, but we saw clouds along the Wasatch Front. You see them on the move here in Castle Country. Cool time lapse coming from the Price area as you watch those clouds rolling over the mountains. A little breezy at times. Of course, that spreads pollen. Another good shot from Meg. Love the sunset tonight. Thank you, guys. We love when you share. Weather at abc4.com is where you can send your weather photos or videos, and we always love to showcase the talent that we see from our shutterbugs. Satellite radar with quiet conditions, a few showers up there towards Cache Valley, maybe over the mountains towards the Uintas as that trailing wave comes through. But overall, the state stayed dry today, and we managed to get those temperatures closer to where they typically are. It's a little breezy still out there as we sit at 62. Of course, that breeze spreads the pollen, and that was something that was noticeable in central Utah, the Basin, Grand County, and Box Elder County. It's still tree pollen, folks, so we're dealing with mulberry, juniper, and a little ragweed snuck in, but we see weeds way later in the year. As we take a look at that time-lapse video coming out of Black Desert, clear skies. You know what does that? The big H, high pressure. Love that sunset shot there. We are going to see high pressure dominating the weather story, but we're going to flatten the ridge as well. So we've got to take a look at your weekend. 72 for that high in Salt Lake. We snuck out another degree. Max shit in Provo. 70s for the I-15 corridor. 87 in St. George. We hit average today. 70s on the eastern side of the state, and even Logan made it to the low 60s. As we get through tonight, it's still going to be cool. Numbers dropping into the 50s as we close out the newscast. Mostly clear skies with 40s for the overnight. Upper 40s for the Wasatch Front, low to mid 40s for outlying areas, so a few degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. Mid 50s by 9 a.m. with plenty of sunshine and the temperatures up to where we should be this time of year. As we kind of walk through what's happening, a trough is moving out of the area, and we have a little bit of quiet in between our next system. Dry conditions will take hold. We get this ridge of high pressure positioning itself over the desert southwest. That is going to allow for southerly flow to pick up. By Thursday, peak heating, southerly winds, so we're going to see those temperatures jumping to about 10 degrees above seasonal norms. And then once we head into our Friday, we'll close out the work week with a little bit of a change, just a little bit. Futurecast kind of walks us through what we're seeing tonight. Quiet conditions, few clouds in south central Utah over the mountains. And then as we head into Thursday morning, we get some popcorn there in Duchesne County and Uinta County on Thursday. And then as we make it through the day, that's a cold front that wants to flatten the ridge and sneak through. Okay, it would be just a slight chance that we see a storm bubble up. The model brings some of that to Castle Country, mostly tied to the higher terrain there. We'll play with temperatures a little bit following into Friday. They may fall with that northwesterly flow behind that. And then another weak trough wants to move through on your Saturday. So forewarning you early that you could see some showers on Saturday, a portion of your Memorial Day weekend. Speaking of showers, they clear. Here comes that ridge setting up. Active skies in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to watch as that trough kind of digs south. The latest model runs want to bring the chance of some light showers Saturday morning, and that would impact northern Utah. But high pressure would keep temperatures average or above it as we roll into the holiday. So we will be dealing with the warmth for Memorial Day, and that high pressure ridge acts as a storm block, so we don't get a tremendous amount of moisture in the next 7 days. We actually see temperatures above average in the south for the next 7 days as well. 60s and 70s tomorrow. Another beautiful day. It's going to be really pretty. 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state. 92 in St. George, bringing back the 90s in southern Utah, and we stay there. Check it out. Next 7 days with high 90s by Thursday. Sunshine, dry conditions, and above average temperatures Memorial Day with a high of 94. The winds will pick up on Thursday, blow some dust a little bit. If you're going to head to the parks for Memorial Day weekend, you're going to want to make sure you pack the sunscreen and the water. Temperatures running warm, even at Bryce Canyon with the 70s expected. We're going to keep a close eye on those temperatures for some of those popular areas so you know what to expect. Slight chance Thursday because the models like it. The high heat could add to instability. And we see the 70s kind of sneak in following that front. So temperatures drop just slightly for the close of the work week. The weekend brings the chance of a few showers on Saturday and then a slight chance Sunday and Monday. Don't leave me out. What are we giggling about?
You're still stewing went over the Kokopelli earlier.
Dana was making fun of my school.
No,
Go
I
Aggies.
wasn't. I just said Utah State is the Ivy League of Cache Valley.